welcome to a day in my life as a full-time software engineer and part-time Pilates instructor. Today is a pretty typical day for me. I teach Pilates in the morning, work my software engineering job during the day, and fit my routine around that. I think a lot of day in the life videos focus on the best parts. This one's a bit more ordinary. I'm just moving through a normal day with the good parts, the boring parts, and everything in between. This is what that actually looks like for me. I start my day with creatine, my vitamins, and my oat bowl. I top my oats with lots of nutritious food to fuel my day. Here I've got cacao nibs, pumpkin seeds, pomegranate seeds, honey, mixed nuts that I've crushed in my food processor, and banana. Starting my day with a good breakfast is always a must. Then I'm ready to go teach. I get to the studio early to set up the mats and get the room prepared before the clients arrive. After my class, I then walk back home and get ready to start my job as a software engineer working from home. Stick around to see what a realistic day looks like for me. And don't forget to comment and subscribe if you enjoy. I always start my workday with a morning stand-up. So this is a meeting with my team where we discuss what we worked on the day before, what we're going to work on today, and any blockers we might have. It's supposed to be a quick 15-minute meeting, but somehow it never is. There are only 6 of us on the team, so you'd think it would be a fast round of quick updates, a few blockers, and done. But no. It almost always drags out to 30 minutes, and I don't really understand how we let it get to this point. Let me know in the comments if your stand-ups do the same, because it can't just be my team. Okay, so I've just finished my stand-up now, and I have about 15 minutes until I need to join my next meeting, which is a sprint demo. So we usually have these sprint demos with the wider engineering team every other week, and if you're not familiar with sprint demos, it's basically a chance for you to demo your work to other teams and kind of show what you've been working on. Maybe show something you've achieved in that sprint, something you're proud of working on, or maybe just things that other teams need to know about. So any updates, any work that might affect their team, any code that they could use, any features that they will be relevant to them. So it's kind of a time to showcase that work. So today I'm going to be presenting a feature that I worked on and released in the previous sprint. So I just want to take these 15 minutes to go through and check that I have my environment set up, everything working. I don't know why, but sometimes I find these sprint demos quite nerve-wracking beforehand. And yeah, I don't know why, because sprint demos are a really chill, non-pressured environment, but I think there's something about live demos where you just know that something can always go wrong. I just feel like it always happens. When you demo, there's always things that don't go to plan. So I just want to make sure I have everything set up before that meeting. So I'm just going to go through all of that now. Okay, so I can show you what the user journey looks like. So if I bring it up here, sprint demos are a great opportunity to show the recent work you're proud of, but they also give other teams visibility on what's being built. It's especially useful if another team will be using the feature that you've delivered. You can walk them through how it works and highlight anything that might affect their own projects. Overall, it helps everyone stay aligned and up to date with what's happening across the different teams. sprint demo done. Now I've got a couple minutes before my next meeting. This morning is back-to-back meetings pretty much. So the next meeting it's difficult to explain, and it's always frustrating being like, I'm working on this new feature or this new project when I can't really go into too much detail more than that, because obviously I can't explain the specifics of what my team or my company are working on. But I guess this meeting is kind of us presenting a new feature to someone else, or not really a feature, a new kind of project, proof of concept for something, a new improvement to one of our services. And we need to get that feedback today. And yeah, so we're just presenting that. It's not me that's presenting this time in this meeting, so I don't think I have too much to contribute to this meeting, but I'm just kind of there to stay in the loop of it all. So I might try and get some work done in the background as well, just while I'm in this meeting. But yeah, I need to join that now. So yeah, I'll catch up with you after this meeting. Okay, I've just finished all of my morning meetings. In total, that was about over 3 hours. So I'm gonna take a break for lunch now, and I always try and step away from the desk over lunch. Sometimes it's not possible, but I always try and take at least 30 minutes to just step away from the screen, and I find that it really helps kind of reset me before the afternoon, and I have so much more focus and I'm much more productive in the afternoon if I do take a proper lunch break. So let's go have lunch. So I'm currently looking into some Keycloak stuff, and if you're not familiar with Keycloak, it's all around handling authentication and authorization, and it's all about how users log in and what access roles different users have for different services and stuff like that. And to be honest, I find this configuration side of things pretty dry, and it's not that interesting to me. You can't expect to enjoy every single aspect of your job, or at least it's not rare if that is the case. And I think this is also the case across many different industries, not just software engineering. I think it's very rare to enjoy every single aspect of your job. And I think it's work like this that really tests my discipline. I've realized that with work, at least if you want to do it well, you have to have the discipline to learn and to carry out tasks for things that you don't enjoy. And that doesn't just apply to people who work for a company. Even if you're self-employed, there'll always be tasks you don't enjoy, at least until you're successful enough to outsource them. So right now, I'm pulling together all the discipline I have to get through this. This is also when working from home gets tricky. When I'm enjoying what I'm doing, I can focus for longer hours and I can feel more productive at home than in the office. I get much more done because there's much less distractions. But on days like this, when I'm struggling to stay engaged, I really have to push myself to get the work done. So I'm about to finish work for the day, but I just wanted to go back to what I was saying earlier about how I don't enjoy every aspect of the job, and I'm not enjoying what I'm currently working on. But it's just got me thinking about what keeps me in this field, what keeps me as a software engineer, and kind of how it fits into the rest of my life. So I love being a software engineer for so many different reasons. including I love problem solving. I love thinking about what are the best solutions for problems. And I love that in tech and as a software engineer, you are always learning new things. So you always feel like you're growing and developing, and there's always that feeling of knowing you have more that you can learn and more that you can improve in. But at the same time, I wouldn't say that it is my biggest passion or that I get all of my fulfillment from it, because that's not true. And I think that's completely okay. For me, I don't think work needs to be my biggest passion. And that is okay for me, because I have many different things outside of my job, such as dance and fitness and teaching Pilates, and the people in my life that add all of this kind of fulfillment. All of that brings me a lot of joy, a lot of fulfillment, and that fills my cup more than my full-time job does. And it's all a trade-off, right? So if your full-time job gives you any flexibility that you might want, or it gives you stability, or it gives you certain things that you like, maybe the structure or whatever it is, that's fine. And as long as you kind of realize what your job is going to give you and what it may not give you, that you can still achieve from other things. It's about knowing your non-negotiables and what you want or what you need from a job, and what are just the added extras, and what instead you can find from your life outside of your 9 to 5. And it's just kind of accepting that and finding that trade-off, finding that balance that works for you. And that's going to be completely different for everyone, and completely different depending on your careers or your personal goals as well. And then once you have those non-negotiables, it's just about accepting the less exciting things that might come with that job that allow you to get the other things that you really want. So as long as I'm getting fulfillment in other areas of my life, I'm happy.